dear students, welcome to this geography session. Hope you all are fine and safe at home. Let's discuss chapter 4, Earth Structure. Man has been constantly explored three realms of the Earth: lithosphere, hydrosphere and atmosphere. He has been able to study the mysteries of space and the depth of the ocean in detail. The composition and structure of the interior of the Earth still remain a mystery among great geologists and geophysicists. In this chapter, we can have an idea on the structure and composition of interior of the Earth. Next, we can see the factors which helps us to study the structure of the Earth. First, indirect evidence based on physical properties of inaccessible regions. Indirect evidences based on the physical properties of inaccessible regions of the Earth. Inaccessible means the region where we cannot reach. Secondly, the velocity of earthquake waves helps us to know the interior of the Earth. Lava emitted from volcanoes also helps us to know the structure of the Earth. There are three factors or indirect evidences which helps us to know the Earth structure are the evidences based on the physical properties of inaccessible regions of the Earth, the velocity of earthquake waves and lava emitted from volcanoes. With the help of these three factors, we can know about the interior of the Earth. The thermal and physical conditions inside the Earth also helps us to know the structure and composition of the Earth. As one goes down below the surface of the Earth, the temperature goes on increasing at a rate of 1 degree Celsius for every 32 meters descent. 1 degree Celsius for every 32 meters descent. At such a high temperature, the rocks and solid materials cannot remain in solid state. They are in molten or melted state. It is therefore inferred that the source of the lava eruption from volcanoes is at the depth of about 48 kilometers. Temperature goes on increase at a rate of 1 degree Celsius for every 32 meters descent. At such a high temperature, rocks and other materials remain in molten state, melted state. Therefore, it is inferred that the source of the lava eruption from volcanoes is at a depth of about 48 kilometers. At the center or core of the Earth, the temperature can be calculated to be more than 4000 degrees Celsius. At the core or center of the Earth, the temperature is very high, that may be more than 4000 degrees Celsius. The scientists estimated that the rate of temperature inside the Earth undergoes a sharp decrease at greater depths from the surface. Geologists calculated that there is a sharp decrease in temperature inside the Earth at greater depths from the surface. In the upper layer of the Earth, an important source of heat is radioactive minerals like uranium and thorium. In the upper layer of the earth, the important source of heat are radioactive minerals like uranium and thorium. But these minerals are more abundant at a depth of 100 km, below which they are formed in much lesser quantities. The thermal conditions of the earth can be summarized as follows. At a depth of about 48 km, the temperature is about 1200 degrees Celsius. The temperature at the depths of 400 km is about 1500 degrees Celsius, and the temperature at molten outer core and the inner solid core, or at the depth of approximately at 5100 km, is estimated to be about 4300 degrees Celsius. From this, we understood that the thermal conditions inside the earth varies from place to place. By knowing these temperature variations, we can know about the interior of the earth. Pressure is another important factor which determines the knowledge concerning interior of the earth. Pressure inside the earth also helps us to know the structure of the earth. The pressure exerted by the weight of the atmosphere inside the earth also has been used to determine the composition and structure of the earth. At a depth of 2500 km, the pressure is about 1 million atmosphere. At a depth of 2500 km, the pressure is about 1 million atmosphere. And at the core of the earth or center of the earth, the pressure is estimated to be about 3.5 million atmosphere. Like temperature, pressure too varies from place to place inside the earth. Density is another important factor which helps us to know the structure of the earth. What is meant by density? Density is the mass per unit volume. The mass or the weight per unit volume. Earth is composed of 3 layers: crust, mantle, core. This crust or lithosphere is again divided into 2 layers, Cl and Sigma. At Cl, the density is 2.7, and at Sigma, it is 4.3. Core is otherwise known as knife, or nickel and ferrous, or nickel and iron are predominant in core, so it is also termed as knife. Here the density is 16. From layer to layer inside the earth, we can see a variation in density. These variations in density, pressure and temperature helps us to know the interior of the earth. Students, this diagram illustrates the structure of the earth. Outermost layer, crust, second one, mantle, and the third one, core. Core is classified into outer core and inner core. Temperature, pressure and density differ from layer to layer, crust, mantle and core. By estimating these variations in temperature, pressure and density, we can have an idea on the interior of the earth. Students, Thus, by estimating temperature, pressure, and density inside the earth, we can study the structure and composition of the earth. Hope that you could get me well. It's the time to wind up our class. Rest in next class. Thank you. Have a great day.